Hi there, I'm Ben and welcome to my full Platinum walkthrough for Neva on the PS4 and PS5 and Xbox, wherever else you're doing it. I think it's pronounced Neva, that's how the main character says it in the game. So we're going to get on in a moment, but the first thing we're going to do, just so you can be aware of this, is that you don't need to play the game on adventure mode. So when you come to choose the difficulty, you can do story mode, which basically means that you can't die, and it makes it a lot easier. I mean, it's a guide. That's what we're doing right here. So you're going to want this as easy as possible, obviously. So there's going to be 1 platinum, 9 gold, 5 silver, and 4 bronze that we're going to get in this game. There's quite a few collectibles, not a massive amount. There's one overarching collectible, which is the flowers, which runs through all of the chapters. And then there are other chapter-specific collectibles. As always, there's timestamps in the bottom, so you can go through and grab certain chapters if you wish. If you want to use this more like a collectible guide, that's obviously up to you. But yeah, I'm going to run through the whole game. I will be here doing commentary for the most part. There will be points where I dip in and out because it is quite a linear, straightforward game where you're just kind of running left to right in some instances where there's not actually much to say. But yeah, there's chapter select as well, so if you miss anything, don't worry about it. You don't have to replay the game or anything like that. As you can see, the video's 2.5 hours long, roughly. That's roughly how long it takes to platinum the game. Give it another, I don't know, 20 minutes or so if you're going to watch all the cutscenes. Obviously, I'm leaving this one on at the start while I go through everything. But the other cutscenes I've left out, I've cut them out entirely. Especially the last one, which you're going to want to just soak in for yourself. This game is made by the same people who made Gris, and Gris was an amazing game, and as is this one, honestly. I think this one's better. I think it just flows better, the gameplay. As simple as it is really quite fun, and it just lets you get on and enjoy the world rather than worrying too much about the actual gameplay side of things. But surprisingly, it's actually a hack and slash, a light hack and slash. It's not huge like combos or anything like that. It's just simple stuff. Right, I'm going to cut this cutscene short, even though I think it's about to finish now anyway, and we'll get on with the main game. So the game's split up into the four seasons, so summer, winter, Jesus Christ, summer, fall or autumn, winter, and then spring, and there's sub-chapters within those as well. So summer has 2 chapters, fall, well, 2 parts, let's call it. Summer has 2 parts, fall has 3 parts, winter has 2 parts, spring has just the 1. Spring is basically just an epilogue. Anyway, so you just sort of the main 3. Fall is the longest one where most of stuff happens. So we're moving into summer now. And the collectible for summer part 1 is to feed Neva. So the main thing you're doing here is interacting with the dog as well. So triangle is going to make you call out to the dog, or wolf, or deer thing. It grows antlers. I don't know what it is. So the first thing we're after here is this fruit on the floor. So just walk over. Neva will run over, start eating it, and then we can move on. Simple as that. It's nice. Just take this game in as well. This is just one of the best looking things I've ever played. The lighting effect. You can imagine that you're walking through these areas with these characters. It's just the ambient noise as well. Obviously you can't hear him talking over it, but yeah, so points like this you're going to need to call Neva, Neva, however you pronounce it, because I think the main character actually changes how she says it as well, depending how stressed out she is. Yeah, it's just sort of getting used to the dog in this first part. So yeah, the overarching collectible is flowers. There's 29 of those. They run all the way through, and there are other sort of little trophies we need to get along the way, but it's really simple stuff. Yeah, so anything that where you can see there's sort of a harsh line on it, you can see there's a harsh light green. There's the second feeding spot, so make sure you do this. These purple fruits, so you can see that sort of slit cut through the scenery. That's what you can jump on in the game, so get used to seeing that. Obviously the colours change depending on what you're trying to jump over. I'm running around here because, yeah, unfortunately it falls off the first time. And then you're going to hold it to help her up. Simple stuff, it's just teaching you the game. It doesn't really get going until we start Summer Part 2. So I have to call the dog over. Or wolf, I'm not quite sure what it is. You'll see what I mean as it gets older. And I won't spoil anything with regards to story or kind of what the themes of the game are. Obviously I might mention stuff towards the end, but I'm not going to do anything like that now. Just know that it's going to get you in places. like Gris did, if you played that. Especially with the music. The music is on another level. I've had to turn it down slightly for the guide. Obviously, you don't want to get flagged. But, yeah, have that music way up. So here's the third fruit. And the fourth one is quite quickly after this. Just up here. Orange one this time. Come on, you bloody thing. Got places to be. Right, so the first flower we're getting is coming up. Flowers are really obvious when you see them. And all you need to do is walk into them. You don't actually have to pick them up or anything. Again, simple stuff. Keeping it nice and simple, which I really appreciate the simplicity sometimes of a game. So this time you need to hold it and help it up. I'm playing the PS4 version here. When I did my practice run, that was on the PS5, and it actually crashed twice. So if you're on the PS5, be aware that it might crash. It didn't affect my save or anything like that. I was just able to jump back in. Here's flower number 1. So this is what they look like. Just walk into them. Make sure you get the little bloom thing happen, and it's counted. You're done. There are enemies in this game. Like I said, it is a hack and slash unexpectedly. This bit is a bit frustrating in that you have to follow. You can't skip this part. You're going to have to run over and sort of scare the butterflies off. Just trying to get the dog's attention. Come on, leave the butterflies alone. So we've got to run all the way to the right and then all the way to the left. Yeah. That's why I don't have pets. Bloody running around after them. Nope, still going. So there is a double jump, as you can see. It's not taught it us yet. So double jump, and there is a dash with circle as well. That's gonna, you're gonna need to get used to that movement because there's gonna be platforming sections. Again, it's nothing crazy in this game. It's quite simple, but get used to doing jump, dash, then double jump. That seems to be what it wants you to do, especially for certain platforming sections. Rather than my habit or what I've done in the past is sort of double jump, then dash if I have to do it. But it's jump, dash, jump, which seems to get you higher up in certain places. It'll make sense later, hopefully. Alright, finally with the butterflies. So there's a trophy for the end of every part of every chapter. So Summer has 2 parts, so it has 2 trophies. So every time you're going to get the trophies quite quickly in this game. It's a nice one to be playing. I mean, it's just sections like this where it just opens up and the camera pulls back. Just unbelievable. There's a certain point, I think it was in Winter 2, Part 2, that will just, yeah, take your breath away. Just, you didn't think games could look that good. It does this sort of pulling back and opens up, and it's wholly unexpected. I won't obviously mention it until we get to it, until it's happened. But yeah, you can roll. I don't like doing this in games. Obviously, I'm walking. You can roll it slightly faster. I just think, especially on a guide, it looks ugly and it's horrible when people are rolling to go as fast as they can. If you really want to put the speed of the YouTube up, I'll just sound funnier, which is probably better. Yeah, you can roll, but it makes the the little noise, the little rolling noise you get in games, the little and it's just irritating to watch a video that has that going on in the background the whole time. And yeah, that was a weird noise to be making anyway, but there you go. So yeah, I'm going to be running pretty much the whole time, but just know if you want to go through faster, you can roll. And yeah, rolling is going to come into it as well. It surprisingly got iframes. If you're playing Gris before, it's very different. Or unless I'm just not remembering that game properly. Okay, right. Here's where we start to open up a bit more. So we've not got full enemies yet. What we have are hands, like slender hands. So these freak Neva out. So we need to get rid of them so we can continue on. Sometimes you're going to need to call her. I presume it's a her. Even after killing them. So this tree we need to get around the back. So we are actually opening up now. Having to do puzzles. The puzzles again are really light in this game. Jumping over the back. Slash the tree. But don't move on. We're going to get a flower. If you've not... Yeah, I mean, I'm saying this too late now, but I should have said this at the beginning. If you're even just thinking about getting this game, I just wholly recommend it, just for the experience. So there we go. That was flower number 2. And then we're going to get the 5th and final feed spot, which is going to get us the trophy Provide. This is the chapter specific one, the summer part 1 specific one. There we go. The hands are coming through. So slash and then roll. And because we're on the easiest difficulty, combat has no repercussions. So if you die, you're good. You can't even die, to be honest. Well, saying that you can, there's chase sequences later on, and you can fail them. So I guess that would count as dying, because you do have to restart them if you fall off the screen. But apart from that, don't worry about getting hit. Weirdly, there is a trophy which we'll get later on. I think it's the beginning of fall for hugging Neva or reassuring her. So dodge through those and then jump over, hit the arms. You see what I'm doing. Weirdly, you can't get that in this one. I don't know why. I did try it. Maybe I didn't try it enough. I think it's like 15, 16 times you need to do it. So I think the first crash was here. When I was playing it originally, I think it was as I was walking past that. So we need to get up there. That's the last fruit. You can see we needed to get there. It's a bit annoying this because the arms do grow back. The bloody dogs followed me down. Come back here. This way. Right, get it right to the edge, jump across, so then it sort of gets stuck there, when it's growling. That's what you want. And then quickly run over, call it over, and this is going to be the last feeding spot. Provide. Nice. Oops, yeah, roll through that. Don't take damage, but who cares? Still need to make it look good, don't I? Which, yeah, there's a few parts where I do drop off the map a bit stupidly, but there you go. Again, you don't take fall damage, just sort of respawn back, it's not a problem. So next trophy we're getting is Germination, which is for finishing this part of the chapter. Got to run away now. Was it this point? Might have been this point it crashed. I don't know. I remember walking past one of those rock things anyway. And then it crashed right at the end of one of the chapters as well. After a cutscene, which I thought was a bit strange. Don't usually get crashes on cutscenes. Right, enemy time. 1, 2, 3. No, it's gone away. 4, 5 is how many takes it to kill one of these things. So 1, 2, 3, it's always going to knock it back. And then you have to sort of roll towards it, do 4, 5. That's all you need to know, really. There are different enemy types, but not drastically. There's a big version. But again, we're not dying to combat here. And that's it. That's part 1 done. So once it fades to black, you'll get the trophy Germination, and then we're going to move straight into Summer part 2. So you won't get it flagging up saying new chapter or anything like that. You just know that it's the trophy, as that's how we know we've triggered the next area. Oh god, things aren't looking so good anymore, are they? Everything's blue and dark, and there's those things everywhere now. So this one doesn't have any chapter specific things we need to look out for. This one is just going to have flowers in it and a certain trophy that we can only get in this chapter as well, but nothing extra to look out for. So obviously spikes in the ground, that's a problem. Jump over them. Doesn't get much simpler than that. So these are what we need to kill this time. These sort of faces, they don't shoot anything at you. They're not a problem. All they do once you kill it, gets rid of the spikes. Here's our flower. We're going to need to come back for that in a minute. We need to kill one of those Studio Ghibli looking faces. Looks like the thing from Spirited Away. I'm back. And there we go. Just stand on it. And there we go. Simple. We will learn a plunge attack as well shortly. But yeah, the combat doesn't really get much deeper than that. Rolling, hitting, plunging. That's it. And you don't really use the plunge attack that much. There's not many opportunities to do it. There's a bit of foreshadowing, as I'm sure you're aware. Always the same in these sort of games, isn't it? Yeah, so here's the plunge attack. Jump, square, through you go. Exactly like you do in every other game ever. I do hope this studio keeps going and keeps releasing just games like this. I can't remember what year Gris came out, but we can't kill that one. I don't know why I'm jumping. Yeah, they just let them take the time and bring games out like this every 5 years or whatever. I'll be there for it every time. I know I'm a bit late to the party on this one, almost 12 months I think, but I have gone through a bit of a phase of not playing anything. So that's why I wanted to get this one done early, out the way. As I've said previously, I will be starting to do more of these shorter games. Not all games, like I'm not doing the jank, just the shovelware or anything like that. I'm not bothered in any of that sort of stuff. But highlighting some of these good games, just, oh, that was a bit of a, yeah, so you're alright in mid-air as well, you can just sort of dash. So there's a few others I want to get through. I have created a playlist as well, which is called something like Platinum in under 5 hour platinum, something like that. which is where I'll put all of these. So if you want to just a quick one, just check that playlist or save it or whatever, see if I've put anything else up. I'll try and do PlayStation Plus games. Obviously that means that you're going to have them, but there's certain games like this, and there's a certain other one that I've completely forgot exactly what the name is. Thank goodness you're here, I think that's what it is, that just really stand out to me as appealing. So yeah. Okay, so you do need to move forward there, but don't go too far forward. Not that it's a problem. You're not going to die. See that gap then? Just making sure the dog's following. There we are. Yep, good. These are the best bits. These just perfect. You can let me know actually. Do you follow these games in real time, or the guides, should I say, in real time, or do you watch a bit, like 5 minutes, do a bit, that kind of thing? Just helps. I guess if there's a majority of people just following along and playing, I could sort of structure them that way. That's how I structure them anyway. I imagine that's how people are watching. That's why I'm always kind of calling things out. So this is the first chase sequence. Just keep running. Just keep moving forward. It's not going to get you. Don't worry about having to roll. Just keep an eye out on the floor in front of you. If you see a bit of black rumblings, as it were, there we go, you can see it, then you need to dodge out the way. So there, so you have to jump out of the way, and that's it. Simple as that. Jump and dash. Jump higher over that one, or dash through it. You can dash through the black stuff. So this is the guy we need for the trophy. It's not coming up yet, but he will be back. Obviously we're not going to escape. Yeah, here. So there you can dodge through it. You can see me do it on this one. Iframes. You get iframes during combat as well. Never thought I'd be saying iframes in a game like this. It's very soulsy, isn't it, that term? Through we down we go, through the floor. And carrying on. There is a flower coming up soon, if I remember correctly. A couple of screens across. And then it's the trophy as well. So dodging through. Bit late to teach us that. We've already done it, or had to do it really. Yeah, so here's the flower. So drop, jump, dash. The idea was to land on that platform, but I didn't. As long as you get the flower to open up, then you're good. So you just need to hit that one. Things are getting bleak. Neva's all alone. That's their main attack. I don't think we've seen that yet. Again, it's simple enough. We can just dodge straight through it. Yeah, we're going to get closed in here. Don't worry about that. There's not a limit. Just hit the head as it appears. And away we go. So here's a bit of a puzzle bit. So the trophy, don't worry, it will come up. It's just that is the next thing that's going to happen, as I always do. So yeah, we just need to jump off, do a couple of platforming sections to release Neva. Yeah, it's going to disappear and then do the plunge. It's going to end up where it started. Now I'm going to go over to the other side. There is quite a lot of this right then left or left then right. Doesn't really matter which order you go. I think he blocked off on this side first. But later on, you can go either direction first. But I'm sure you'll go the same way that I do. It'd be weird if you didn't. Yeah, hit that first one. There's a few of them knocking about here, you can see. Just use your dash. You could probably just walk through the spikes if you're on the easiest difficulty anyway. And let's reunite with our furry friend. All alone. Look how small it looks up there. Like I mentioned, there's a lot of places where not much is going to happen, where it's just kind of running along. Just take it in when in those places. Right, here is where we are getting a trophy, Wily. All we need to do is get the big guy on the right, on the left, that's your left, dumbass, to hit one of these enemies and kill it. So it may or may not do it first time. For me, it may not. Just wait till it happens again. It's just going to throw its arms forward, hit the enemies. If it kills one, like that, then you get the trophy. Just keep going until you do it. Don't hit the enemies in case you kill them. Just let the boss do it instead, because there is a finite amount. If you miss it, whatever you mess up or whatever, just do chapter select later on and come back and get it. Remember, it's part 2 of summer. So the final thing we've got in this part and summer as a whole is one more flower. And then we're moving towards the end of this first chapter. And that is basically, I would say a quarter of the game, but it's more like a third of the game. Like I said, spring is more of an epilogue. So these parts, we need to unlock these. We just need to get a glowing orb from a certain part in the level. That is where the game sort of splits things up. Sometimes you need 2. So you'd go left or right. It doesn't really matter which way you go first. Watch the spikes above you. Again, not that it'll make much of a problem for you. It just means you might get knocked over. So these are what we're after. This flower at the top is going to open up and give us an orb. We obviously need to kill the enemies first. Some of them do throw things, but they are just the normal ones, just in a place that you can't get to them. Yeah, just to make things a bit more interesting. And then come and stand up here once you've fought, and it should automatically, I think it's automatic, I always end up pressing triangle anyway, open up the orb, and that's going to unlock the stairs to let us ascend. It's always we're going upwards. We go down to go up. I think there's a bit of a philosophy behind that, but I don't know, I might be reading too much into it. So on this one, here's the flower, obviously. Jump down, yeah, messed that one up completely. This is where you will drop, dash, and then jump. That seems to work better for these sort of places. So yeah, that's the last flower we need to concern ourselves in this time before we move into fall or autumn. Dodging through the vines to get up, back up. You can see it as we dodge through, there's quite a wide gap we have to dodge through. Iframes last for quite a while once you dodge. It's a huge window. So this is back where we drop down. You'll find that usually happens. You'll loop back. You don't have to back pedal. What's the phrase I'm thinking of? Backtrack. Jesus Christ. I even said it. Anyway, press square to activate the totem. And then, yeah, you find these gong sections. Again, really simple. Hit the gong, it's going to change everything round. And we need to get to this face up here. So dodge through. And then reset everything to meet up back with Neva. The reason we did that was that there is vines, or were vines, where I am now, blocking our escape. So our first boss fight is coming up. I think that's quite obvious when it pulls back and it's slowly moving in the dark. Yeah, you know something's going to happen. It's not all sunshine this time. Don't worry, not difficult, obviously, because we can't die, which is kind of great. So dodging through. You can be as messy as you want with these fights. Just hack away. If you want to pretend like you're actually fighting, then do feel free to dodge around and try and move out the way of attacks. It just makes you feel better about being on the easiest difficulty. You get it down eventually, and then you get this really cool animation at the end, which is pretty intense for a game that has been quite peaceful up until now. I know we've been killing things, but Jesus, that was God, they meant that, didn't they? Anyway, that is the end of summer. We're moving into fall now, so once this fades back to black, you'll get the trophy sprouting, and then we'll move straight into summer. No, we've just left summer. Fall, and carry on from there. This is the longest section now. Fall has 3 parts. So first thing we're going to do in fall is we're going to get a trophy. Nice quick one. We're just going to wake up and we're going to stroke or pet or whatever you want to call it, give her affection to Neva. So just stroke or press triangle a few times. I'm going to skip through this. I had to do it about 15, 16 times, something like that. Just keep going until you get the trophy loving, and that's one more out of the way. Easy one. Right, so in this one we have to soothe Neva as well. There's 4 locations where we need to do that. It is going to attack certain enemies and stuff, just maul them. You'll be able to tell when you're doing it. We're just going to go up and soothe them by sort of calling them. And yeah, simple. So yeah, get used to calling it, because the bloody thing likes to just wander off and do its own thing, as you can see. And yeah, it's just going to be lots of moving right, moving left sort of thing. Again, you can roll if you prefer to. Or just walk. I think just walking in this game and taking it in is what you should be doing. You shouldn't be just rushing through. Here we go. Here's the first Soothe point. So whenever you see her do this sort of thing, there's only 3 other locations. Just go and pet her or stroke or whatever you want to say. And yeah, she'll put it down and that will be it done. So the next thing we're going to get is another one of those Soothe locations. Get used to the movement as well. Jumping up and round and down and dashing. Jump, dash, jump, or whichever variation you want to do. So it looks like there's one there, but it's not. So just jumping across, and then up here is where the next one is. So again, Soothe. And then, yeah, I had a little bit of a cut there. I can't remember why I had to cut there, but yeah, don't worry about that. I think it's probably a delivery or something turned up while I was recording. That's usually what happens. So yes, attacking now. Get used to the combat. Very simple stuff there. I mean, we can get hit. We can't die. So you can play it like a proper game if you want to feel like you're accomplishing something, dodge rolling, etc. But don't worry about too much about getting hit. And every time you beat a section like that, an encounter, you notice that Neva kind of howls up and there's some glowing around her. I think that's kind of supposed to signify growth, is what I'm guessing. Powering up. Not that you sort of get power-ups like in that way, in a game way. It's just that she seems to grow up, I guess. Another one of these big sprawling moments. Best parts in the game. You can see it's looking a bit weird out here as well. Got floating trees. Something's not quite right. Off she goes again. Bloody running off. It's like having kids. So the next flower location is coming up. And it's going to be as we jump on. So you'll learn to jump on walls. Standard stuff. Whenever you see those white flowers on a wall, like here, you can just jump onto it. You'll automatically grab on and you can go up and down. We're going to go down because there's a flower here. So just walk over it again. That will count. And then jump across. And this time I'm going to go up. And we get another pullback moment. Yeah, amazing. Great camera movement in this game. I say camera like it's being filmed, but yeah, you know what I mean. Framing. Another fight coming up there. That was it really with that one. Yeah, you'll notice that you can actually knock enemies off the edge as well. Take that to your advantage just to speed things up if you want. Another flower coming up. So this is where we have to do a bit of a trickier movement. So this is where you get used to doing things. So let it fall down, dash, and sort of jump up. And then we want to get on the other side of this before we move on. Flowers up at the top here. Another Soothe coming up. That's what's next. So Neva is helping in combat now, and she's actually really good. She will take care of most enemies. Yeah, like that. Just getting rid of them. Get them out of the way. You just have to kind of pick up the pieces on the way up. So here, take advantage. Move back. 1, 2. Knock them over the edge. 1, 2. Neva's doing the same. Well coordinated. And here's the next Soothe point. So when he grabs that last enemy, he, and just Soothe them again. That's 3 done. It's quite a good way that they've integrated the collectibles into the sort of growth of the animal, of the whole overarching story. I guess it's kind of about growth. Everything's fracturing around us now. Yeah, you do have to wait for these. Be patient. You can fall off, yes, that's not going to be a problem. You're not going to die or anything. But it's just annoying. So yeah, do wait for the islands to move up and down. And here we're going to get a new enemy type. Again, nothing to worry or concern yourself about. We can't die, so it looks a lot worse than it actually is. These are actually quite easy as well. You're essentially just dodging through. Yep, not very good against this one. Learnt a lesson there. So yeah, it's just hit a couple of times, dodge through as they attack. Keep attacking the legs. There's a little bit of a stagger there. It's going to do that. When it does jump and apparently get hit rather than jump over, yeah, and kill it. Simple as that. They appear more often now as well. So yeah, help Neva back up and then we can move on. So notice it starts to look a little bit more like Gris in certain places as well, like here. Right, so these points, you see there's 2 dots in that square. We need to go left once and right once to fill those dots in. We're going to go and get the orb like we did before. It just had the 1 dot. You may or may not remember that. For me, it was like a week ago. For you, it was like, I don't know, 20 minutes ago if you're watching the video. But yes, I've took a bit of a pause in between the recording. So we're choosing to go right first. Ultimately, it doesn't matter which way you go. You need to go both ways. So I think, yeah, as we come up here, new enemy type, flying, simple enough. Sometimes it'll do the wing slap, like that. Sometimes it will dash across and do, yeah, it builds up and it's going to do an attack across the floor. You just need to avoid and jump across. It's simple stuff. You can just jump and sort of hover quite well in the air using attacks and dashes. And obviously land when you need to. But yeah, easy enemy. And then we're going to get flower number 8 now coming up. So don't do that. Yeah. Tried to rescue it, didn't work. There you see, that's, I was just what I was doing was demoing that you can't die by falling. No, right, so up, across, and this time instead of going right, you can see just off to the left there's some flowers in the wall. We're going to go there instead, and that's going to pull this flower down. So dashing across, there we go, done. And now we'll go the correct way. You can see the next thing we're getting is the 4th Soothe, wow, easy for you to say, Soothe location. That's not on this side, it's on the left hand side yet, so don't worry about that. flying one again. So yeah, didn't let it do the build up again. Flying across, doesn't matter if you get hit, just keep hitting it, get it out the way. Oh, Neva's coming. There we go, good. It is quite a fun, sort of polished game to control as well, which is always nice. Of course, as you expected, as we get up here, a bit of a, not a boss fight, but of an encounter. Two of the flying ones. Yeah, sometimes they'll do, yeah, that attack there. We actually saw it now, which is good. So everything's going to start fracturing. Doesn't really make much difference difficulty-wise. Just stay on the top one if you can. Sometimes you can't. You'll need to jump back up. Done. So this is the dot here, so if you stand where I am, you're going to get that orb, that dot that we actually need. So this is the first one done. So we'll be returning back down and going left this time. Much easier getting down than it is getting up. I think that goes for most things in life, to be honest, isn't it? Anyway. There you can see, number one is filled in. Now we're just going to go the opposite way. Quite obvious where you need to go in this one. Not quite obvious, really obvious where you need to go. In regards to direction, get rid of those. Now the opposite's happening. Neva's doing the finishing. Plunge attacks, remember we still have those as well. Good for a quick kill. So breakable floor here, plunge attack straight through. And then we've got to do the waiting game again. No, oh no, I didn't make that then, I thought I was going to do it. Being impatient. Well, that was easy. Or was it? Yeah, it was. Just one of these things. I think there might be two. Can't remember now. But yeah, again, they're easy enough. Actually managed to jump this time. Neva's helping again. Good teamwork. Next to dream work. There we go. So standing in the middle again underneath the flower. It is broken, but it's fine. We're going to get the next one. Still not got that Soothe yet. Don't worry, it will come up. Yeah, so go back there. Climbing up. There we go. So, just Soothe again, and then you're going to get the trophy mentoring. Nice and simple. That one's done, out of the way. If you forgot any of them or missed any of them for whatever reason, I very much doubt it. Then obviously you can just use chat to select for that one. But yeah, we're done. So we're going to have to do a little bit of platforming again here to get this flower dropping down. So just kind of slide off the end, dash, jump, and you should reach the flowers. Up we get, and across. There we go. Easy. So we're nearly done. Oh, nice move. Yeah, okay. Ignore that. I know I could cut it out, but we've got to make it realistic, haven't we? I'm not playing these games perfectly, clearly. Yeah, so we're done with this part of this chapter. Fall or autumn, if you want to say it correctly. I think it might... Yeah, which other countries use autumn? Is it just America that uses fall, or the Americas? Or is autumn more popular? I wonder. So hit the gong. It's going to reset the left-hand side and bring the right-hand side up. There we go. Now we have another gong. Hit it, and then we're going to have to be quick now, or semi-quick, I guess. Up, wait for this one to drop down, or go up even. Dash across. And then we're trying to get all the way up now. Before it drops away. Which we have done, we're up now. There we go, I'm climbing up. Going to pull back again for a lovely vista as we climb towards the end. We aren't quite there yet, so you're going to get a cutscene about nowish. I'm going to skip it as it does. We've got the sort of, I don't know what she's, the forest queen or whatever. Yeah, we're climbing, so this is a race point. This is a point where you can technically die, in that you will get a death animation and you will have to restart the sequence again. It's pretty simple. Just keep moving, dashing across, climbing up. If you're going to fail this, it's more likely from missing a jump rather than the black stuff actually catching up with you. It is quite forgiving. It's like it almost pauses and wait. Yeah, I think it does. It almost pauses and waits for you to get on with it. I'm sure it'll catch you eventually, but there's definitely some leeway there. Yeah, so it's kind of slightly pausing there. But once we've climbed up here, that's this part of the chapter done. Nearly there. Jumping across is the final tree, or final part of the tree. Climbing up, and you'll get a cutscene, or a fade to black. And you should get the trophy establishment at this point, because that is that part done. Moving into Fall Part 2. So Fall Part 2 does have its own collectible for this section as well. The corrupted enemies, or no, corrupted animals, should I say. been taken over by enemies. So we're going to wake up. First thing we're going to do is go the wrong way, left, because we want to get a flower. You can just make it out there. Yeah, you can kind of estimate where you go in here because it's not showing you. We're going to have to jump across. Yeah, once you're on this, you're fine. You're just walking across again, back through the fog. And you should hit the flower as you come out. There we go, on the other end. And now we're going to go and get our first corrupted. So there's pigs and there's, or boars, and then there's storks. Cranes, whatever you want to call them. I don't know which ones they are. That get taken over by an enemy. You kill the enemy within them, and then you sort of return them to nature by healing the corruption, I guess. That's what we're doing. There's 7 that I've found in this one. I don't think there's any more, but I was fine with the 7 of them. Still got the trophy. So it's these things here. These boars. Yeah, that's just a background one, don't worry about that. Although Neva is. Come on, nothing we can do for it now. Yeah, we're going to have to go over to Neva here and actually, not soothe her, but yeah, I guess it is soothing. That's what we've been doing the whole point. But it's not one of those soothing points, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so we have this crawling variation now. And the crawling ones are the ones that are going to crawl all over the animals and take them over. Corrupt them. Like parasites. Like this one here. Fights are simple. Don't actually try and hit the enemies. Just don't roll, or the pigs, boars. Just roll through them and eventually they'll collapse. The enemy will poke its head out. Kill it. Done. Once you've killed it, press triangle when Neva stood in front of it and you'll get a little animation and it will sort of return it to nature and or heal it, I guess. Not that it's healed, it's dead. Yeah, and that will be one of them. One of the 7. Most of the encounters in this one do sort of end like that, so they're quite hard to miss. So if you hear that chair squeaking, I need to oil it at some point. We've got this new, I guess it's an enemy type, but it's not really. It's platforming, so you have to hit them at the bottom. And then, yes, they will, as I always do in these sort of things, is close up after a while. Next one's coming up. You can just let the corruption take it over if you want. It's going to get up, roll through. Twice, should run away, collapse. Hit it. Done. So that's the second corrupted done. Come on, moving on. Another enemy type, but again, not really. They just kind of sit there floating around. They'll probably do damage if you hit them, but they don't chase you or anything. Kind of pointless, honestly. I guess demos a new ability that we're going to get shortly. So you don't even need to worry about hitting them if they're not in your way. You'd think something would happen there, wouldn't you? Some sort of encounter, but no. Saying that, oh my god, he's fallen off again. Saying that, oh man, that was a bad thing. First I got hit by the enemy that doesn't move, and then I fell off a platform that was just too easy. Seriously, what we're doing here. Yeah, get off here. No, none of that. Yeah, that's a pretty impressive view. I know it's kind of miserable, not kind of, very miserable. But yeah, unbelievable looking game, really is. So next one is going to be these stalks, and yeah, you just need to let them to fly over you. They collapse, hit the enemy out of the back, kill the other ones. Before they get there, we go. Neva's helping. And then once the encounter's finished, again, just do the triangle to heal the corruption. So we're going to drop down in a moment. Not from our own choice, we sort of get forced to. The next corruption, we need to do something else. We're going to learn a new ability before we can actually do it. So don't worry about it not being able to do it. As we drop down, kill all the enemies. Or you can let one in, I guess. Not that they're trying to get in. I think the last one or the last one or two just kind of sneak in anyway. Yeah, so they go through the floor and then they're in. Nothing you can do about it. Scripted, that's fine. Bit of a bigger one, so the dodging doesn't seem to work. It's better if you jump and then dodge. We're going to have to do this one a few times. So try and dodge through the body. You're going to be better than try and dodge through the legs. Not that it matters. We can't die. That didn't go so well. Last one. So the enemy is done. But we can't do the heal just yet. So we're going to have to come back to this in a minute. Okay, come on, calm down. Learn a new ability, which is pretty helpful, actually. So you're just going to walk here, you're going to get grabbed. This is supposed to happen. Pretty cool little moment with the pig, the boar coming, and then Neva across. So you fire Neva across at them by pressing R1. You can do this all the time now. And then you're going to free up. And now we can go and heal the corruption on this boar. So yeah, there we go. R1, and then use the left stick to throw Neva around and help. So she can get those enemies in the sky. That's all they're really here for, is to show you that Neva can kill things in the sky, I guess. So yeah, just get used to it. Goes off in any direction, but will sort of semi-lock onto enemies You can use this in combat all the time now if you want to. Even mid-jump. So yeah, we're going to have to use Ava here to do the flowers as well. So just get used to this because we have to do it quite a lot now, honestly. A lot of platforming with Neva. Do they call it Ava? Neva, whatever. Yeah, you're going to have to get used to hitting the flowers a few times as you climb because they do shut on the way up. I'm just going to let the enemies crawl into the birds. Gets it over and done with quicker. Flying over the top. And done. Yep, this is another corrupted, as I'm sure you guessed. The green definitely stands out here because it looks pretty dead everywhere else. So there is another enemy here, or stalks on top. Just let the enemies crawl up and they'll fly down to you. And then same again. This is the 6th one, nearly done. The last one is tied to the final sort of boss of the area, so it's unmissable really. So this is where we need to start using Neva a few times during each sort of platforming section to keep the flowers open, because we need to go and get that flower up there. So we need to go underneath, send Neva up, and then do the jump to finish the jump. It might take you a couple of tries. That it's fine once you get used to it. It's not difficult. It just looks like you have to do a lot, but it actually helps you sort of float a bit as well. There's a bit of a delay before you drop, so it's helpful. Yeah, grab the flower and then off we go, moving on, and we'll head towards the end. So again, this is where we need to do it a couple of times. So 1, 2, 3, send Neva back up. 1, just keep hitting it if you want to. Up across, send her across again. And here's where we fight the final boss, I guess is what you would call this. And we're just going to have to send Neva up there like that and take care of the enemies to the left of us. So you're going to have to just wait for Neva to finish the attack, hit the things down here while you're waiting, send her back up again. And just keep that going, and eventually you'll either run out of room or the ball will get dropped, which is what we're going to do here. And yeah, you'll get the trophy once you come and do this final healing. There we go, empathy. corruption. And then we move on to the end of this part. Nice simple stuff. You could, I think, I don't know. You think the sort of the combat, the platform is very simple in this game, but I think if it wasn't and it was complex, it would be horrible to play and just sort of experience as well. So it's a good design choice to keep it nice and simple. It's nice and clean as well. I always prefer it when the game is clean looking. Not much in the way of button prompts. There's some easy comparisons on the opposite side that we can make. But I'm not going to do it because it's cheap. Overused as well. I'm sure we know who we're talking about. So we're going to drop down now. And for the final, this is the final boss, but yeah, the other one was the final one with regards to the corruption. These two deer. At the start, there'll just be the one. It's only two attacks. I think it's just the two. You got the dash and the jump. So every time they collapse, and there's quite a few in these. And needs to do this quite a few times. The jump is a shockwave attack. It's going to collapse again. Hit one. About halfway through, you're going to get the other one getting up. And this is where we'll use Neva to speed things up a bit as well. Oops, didn't dodge that, even though it was ridiculously. There we go. The other one's woken up. So now you can do both at the same time. So they will attack at the same time. They'll potentially do a different one though. And then you can send Neva to one while you attack the other and speed this up. It can be a bit messy in the sending. I think it might, yeah. So you see that I did turn and send, but I turned too early to send in the right direction. So get that as well. Take your time with it. Send and then turn around. You'll have enough time. There we go. That one's down. No, yeah, that one's down. Last one. And they'll collapse together. And we'll get that really aggressive attack at the end here again. A little bit like Shadow of the Colossus, isn't it? I guess it is. It could be a call to Shadow of the Colossus, couldn't it? In that the innocence of the things we're fighting. I guess it is a bit of a callback to that. And yep, this is the end of part 2. So once this is faded to black, you will get the trophy growth, and we'll move into fall part 3. So moving into fall part 3. Yeah, it's a bit of a different chapter, this one, a bit darker. We're going underground essentially. There is a collectible for this part of this chapter, and that is statues. They're not very obvious at all, these ones. So to start with, if you walk sort of left and right a bit and start calling out for Neva, you're going to get pulled underground, and then we'll carry on from there. It's not immediately obvious that you need to do that, but I guess that's what you might do naturally, or that's what they're hoping you would do anyway. Very similar image there from a certain other game. We'll fall all the way down into the depths of God knows where. And yeah, we're looking for statues, and they look like everything else that's around. The only thing that gives them away is they look slightly more in the foreground, and they have red eyes. But again, it's not massively obvious. So we're dropping down, breaking through the floor, and then the first one's coming up. I'm going to have to be letting you know where these are, because again, they're not obvious. Like here is one right here. So stop, hit it, and move on. That's counted now. Yeah, so like I said, they're not, as you can see, there's lots of other looking things, similar looking things in the background. So it's not immediately obvious. Just, obviously we can't die. Don't worry too much about these. If you get hit, you get hit. It is what it is. Just keep moving down. Even though it's black and white and it's kind of miserable. This is not to say black and white doesn't look good. It absolutely does. It looks better in photographs more than colour, I reckon. But they even make that look kind of beautiful, as miserable as it is. So moving past, breaking through the floor again twice. Yeah, you might get hit here, and then dodge right to the right, and carrying on. And linking back up, kind of.
Neva.
Because it's just going to run away again. Oh, off you go. No, stopping. So this is the kind of puzzle for this area. You've got these mouths that you jump into and they teleport through. It's just simple teleportation stuff. Dropping down here, keep an eye out. We've got one, and then move, and two statues there quickly, so get both of those. Dropping down into the mouth. Does take a moment to get here. We'll get it in a moment. Drop, dash, and then jump. Try and get it as soon as you leave. And then right away here, there's another one, another statue. Hit that. Down. Yeah, the dog was barking to give it away, but it still ran into it. I knew it was there as well. Yeah, it might take you a few attempts to get through certain points as well. Just, again, you can't die. You'll be fine. Another statue here, so do not smash through that floor as soon as you get up there. So go through the mouth, onto the flowers, dash into the mouth, and dash into the flowers there. Do not drop through. Jump over onto the other side of the kind of H platform, statue, hit it, then drop down. And again, dropping through. Yeah, new enemy type. These things explode when they die, so just obviously stay away from them. Not that it makes much difference. Big guy as well. You can use, remember you can use Neva as well. Send him his way, its way, whatever it is. And yes, it will explode as well. Now there's two moments in this game that sort of take your breath away. This is one of them. Like if you have a really nice sort of HD 4K OLED, this looks unbelievable on that. It really does. The colouring. Anyway, dropping down here, jump through the mouth, and then you're going to have to you're going to come out of the mouths on the left hand side, no, the right hand side, sorry, then the left hand side, and then onto the flower. Make sure you get this flower here. It's a bit hard to miss, really. And then dropping down. And you can see there one of those dot things, so we can go either way. I'm going to start off going right. It looks like I'm kind of strolling, but it's normal pace. I guess it's just perception at this point because it's pulled, drawn back. Yeah, watch out for the explosions. All they do really is just knock you off balance. Can be a bit annoying. So the flower we're getting here, we have to set up So we're going to come up this side. We would come up the opposite side later on. Don't worry about that now. So we've got our little fight here. This is the orb thing that we're after, the flower. Oops, completely missed there. Smooth moves. That was good. There we go. Actually got a drop attack on it. Gonna blow up. And then you've got your flower here. Stand here. You're gonna get that satisfying noise from the orb. And then we're going to set up the first part of getting this flower now. Quite easily missed this one. So you can see if you angle up there, I smashed that wall. There's one on the opposite side which we can't reach yet. Don't worry, we're going to get it. Leave the flower for now. But you have to smash each side individually before leaving. You can come back round if you really have to. But if you leave the area entirely, then obviously you've missed it. You're going to drop down. And now we're going to go to the left and do the opposite side. Weirdly, that ends up being the right hand side. So you might think we've got quite a lot left. Is we've got sort of 13, or we've got 16 flowers, or 17 technically, to get still. But there isn't really much of the game left, really. Once we finish this, we're going into winter, which is again drops back to being 2 parts, and then spring is an epilogue essentially. So there's a lot of flowers coming up, sort of bunched together, as you will. That was bad. Anyway, climbing up, going across, going back down again. We're on the opposite side now. The fight is going to happen in here. Just keep moving around until they spawn in. They will go through the teleports as well, so just be aware of the explosions. Go. Once you've done, you're going to stand in the middle. The flower's actually directly above us, the one that you need for the orb, so you'll get it automatically. And moving on, you come out the other side. So now we're going to hit the opposite side of that platform. You can see where we are again. So send Neva up, and it's going to come down. Makes sense now, right? And then grab the flower finally, and now we can move on. So we're going to drop down into the platforming bit, the platform in the middle. I'm going to leave the area properly now. So staying in the middle, use square, do all that. This looks a lot more difficult, or not. It's not as obvious as you might think, but it's actually really obvious. So jumping over onto this one, hit that. You're going to dash through, and then you're going to send Neva, not that way, hit it, and then the mouth's going to open and you're going to drop through. Simple. So yeah, more statues coming up, but not just yet. We've got to drop, I think it's when we drop down into the real depths of hell, or whatever this place is supposed to represent. That's when the next one is. So just keep going down. Yeah, this is it now. So it's going to get, well, they're not going to get dark, it already is. It's really quite dark now. So you're going to open things up, press triangle. You can get a bit of light, and reveal a little too much. So yeah, you're actually fighting with Neva now, so your attacks do more damage, if you see. So then, once you've done that fight, go to the right, but keep an eye out, not for that, for this. Another statue, hit it, off we go. Keep going right. Keep an eye out. Statue, stop, there we go. Hit it, moving on. Flower again. Obvious on the flowers. So slide down this wall. I don't know why I'm not going anywhere. There we go. Yeah, and then we've got these. So there is actually an enemy in the wall that will hit you. Send Neva into the enemy. Again, do that. It's going to stop it from hitting you. If you just walk forward, it's going to stop you from being able to jump up, basically. Neva. I don't think I've said it correctly once in this whole video. So just keep going left. It's all really obvious. Obviously the dark puts you off, but you'll be fine. Can't go wrong, really. Here's where the next flower, so as those two try and hit you, come up again, and then we're going to dash across onto this side, and there's the flower. So keep an eye out for that. So remember, when those two enemies try and hit you, stop and dash across. Next statue's coming up very shortly. As in, right now. There we go. Just next to that bowl. Then we've got another two consecutive ones. So that means they're going to be right next to each other. Oh good. Next door I've started drilling. Hopefully you can't hear that, I swear to God. Why they did now, of all times? I've only got today to record this. Right, anyway, dropping through. Look out for the blood moon, whatever that's supposed to be. Dashing across, dashing through. Get hit by that. Dash. No, don't get hit by that. Dash straight into the other mouth. And then once you've done that, heading down. Yeah, there's a good representation. There we go. Lights the way up for you as well. Another really cool looking bit here. I don't know where I'm going, supposed to smash through. There we go. More enemies. Yep, used Neva during the fight. Yeah, you can see that comes out on that strike. See, that one does more damage. So I've just fallen into the mouth on the left. It's going to light up in a moment. There, fallen into the mouth on the left and grabbed onto that wall. That's what we're after. Now we're going to have two quick statues here. You've got one. And you've got two. Get both of those. Moving on. Flower, really obvious. We do have to go round though to get it. So there's a mouth up at the top there, you can see. We're going to drop down into this mouth and you've got to dash across. So I'm just kind of trying to show you there. Dash. No, come on. We'll do this. We'll get it. Don't worry. Dash there and then up. So it's dash, then jump to give you that extra elevation to try and grab onto that flower wall there. Climbing up, jumping over. Flower number 15. Nearly there with the statues. The last two are right next to each other. So this time we're going to drop through. Dash. No, what are you doing? Come on, stop messing about. Drop. Dash through again, and then dash through again. And then now this is the continuation, the path. 1. And then 2. And now you should get the trophy comfort. That's all the statues done. Again, missed any, just go back through on chapter select and finish them off. Breaking through again. And we're getting towards the end of this this chapter already. This boss probably would be not difficult, but a little more challenging than the rest if we weren't invincible. So it does the slam, you jump, the slam, the dash. Oh, and then this is obviously the way you would take them down. Send Neva up, give him a few licks, and then we're going to carry on. So the dash, jump that, don't do whatever that was. Again, this is a little bit difficult to dodge through. The bite is probably the most annoying because it just appears. You just dodge left and right with that. But yeah, try and dodge through as it dashes towards you. Yeah, it really does those 3 things, and then it'll go back up into the sky again. That was a successful dodge for once. It's not like I've done lots of Souls videos. That's a new one. Souls videos or anything. Should be able to dodge by now. Jesus, look how bad that is. Yeah, don't dodge straight, jump straight up, jump to the left when it does that. I'm just waiting for it to do. I think I've got 1 hit left on it. Yeah, that's annoying. And then we'll get that cool animation again.
Neva!
And then you get this cutscene. So we're kind of woken up from I guess a nightmare is what that's supposed to represent. And then we're going to get a fade. Trophy, Dormancy. And then we're going to move into winter. As you might imagine, winter is going to be very pale, white, washed out kind of thing. Almost warm in a way. Weird way. Yeah, so lots of moving left to right in quite large distances now because we are riding Neva, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so as we start moving off, and then yes, using L1 to dismount. That is important because it does give you extra height to jump, so get used to that as well. So we need to jump over. There's actually a boulder in the way. You can kind of make it out there. We do need to jump across, but then you're just going to remount and ride away. So it does make riding quicker, but we also have to cover more distance, so it's kind of the same in the end anyway. This doesn't really come into it, the square and attacking from the dog while you're riding it. Your attacks will do much more damage when Neva is actually by your side or in your sword or whatever it is, whatever's going on there. You can also use against the enemies individually. So there is also a collectible specific to this chapter, and that's birds. So here's our first flower, by the way. There's only 4 birds, and they're really quite obvious as well. So we'll point those out as we go. But yeah, here's the first flower. You're going to need to use Neva to jump up onto that platform on the left and then jump across here. You can't go from the right. It's not high enough. But the right is the way we continue. So make sure you get that one, because this is a point of no return in a moment on this chapter. Obviously, you can use select if you need to. You need to come back. But once we go over here, we can't come back. Dropping down. I don't think you can get back now, actually. But it becomes even more permanent in a moment. So new enemy type, kind of. They have blocks for heads, or they've got them stuck in there. Yeah, obviously just jump over and attack from behind. I was going to say something else entirely. Then I had to think about what I was going to say, because it's obviously being recorded and will be on the internet forever. So climbing up, nice vista again, but it's not going to last for long. Looks like the viaduct in Stockport. What a miserable idea! What a miserable thought that is. Anyway, I'm gonna get a little bit of a cutscene here. Smashing through the floor, down we go. That's obviously the point where we cannot go back. And we're gonna drop down to a new area again. So left or right is your choice here. We're going to make a bit of a difference this time and go left. I cut it down. I was going to go right, but I don't know why I cut it. Again, it's been a couple of weeks since I actually recorded this. But yeah, I think there was, again, a delivery or something. But here's our first bird. You need to use Neva to jump up. And then to grab it, all you need to do is touch it. You can actually send her up, you know, the R1 kind of attack thing. That will also work. You need to use that one on the one if we go right. So the flowers are somewhat obvious in that they are on these climbable bits here. You would normally run past these, but they're quite obvious. You think, oh, I need to stop there for something. And it's going to be another flower. There we go, climbing up. Simple stuff on that one. Should have mastered the traversal in the hour and a half you've been playing already. Because we are nearly done, so you better have mastered it, because you've not got much game left. So next flower, obviously very obvious. There is going to be a bit of a fight up here first. Throwing some flying. We're not seeing a flying one for a while, actually. It's a good idea to send Neva at them, because it just takes care of them really quickly. I think this is the one where I jumped too early. No. Yeah, luckily I got on, but yeah, you got to wait for that the flowers to appear, and then you can slide down. And away we go again, carrying on left. It's going to get a bit darker now. The next thing we are grabbing is a bird. It's not for a while yet. And down we go. So the bird is all the way off to the left. Unfortunately, we're back on foot now, so we're taking it slow. can send Neva into these blocks to smash them. And again, I don't know why I'm doing that. I need to jump. No, yeah, smash this block. Go on. There you go. And then jumping across. Again, simple stuff. Oh, good. They started drilling again. I did pause for about half an hour to see if they'd stop. But, yeah, they chose to carry on again now that I've started recording. Anyway, don't go down. Keep going left. That's where the second bird is. Now we'll go down and carry on. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to save that for the end. That's why I didn't go right at the beginning. I remember now. It's because I wanted to save that at the end. It's one of the best looking, as good looking as this game is, the best looking section is the end. Or the right hand side. So save that till the end. So smash through, jump up. So you're going to have to get, yeah, definitely test your traversal skills here. And just trying to send the dog the right way is probably the hardest part, because it's better to jump and send it across rather than trying to angle it, because you angle it, it'll just aim up at the top one and you'll completely miss. Whereas you want to go for the middle one only. There is our flower up at the top. So you can send... No, not enough time. I'm pretty sure you can smash them yourself, but it just makes it easier sending Neva at them. Get 4 little ones. Yeah, you can smash through yourself. Or get hit in the face, that always damages it as well. Once the fight's finished, looking up, that's the orb. Obviously just stand in the middle, it'll trigger automatically. And then all we need to do is loop back round and head all the way right. Yeah, it's going to take a minute just to run across. But we are closing in. Winter Part 2 and Spring are really quick, really. Kind of quick, I guess. We do have a while yet. We have another section we have to think about it first. So smashing through, jump, smash, and hopefully land on that. It might take a couple of attempts, you'll be fine. So there is another flower here. We need to use this little guy here to get us up there. So we want him to give us a lift up. So he needs to come down. We need to jump across onto the flowers. Then we need to kill him, because we need the block back up at the top. So you might have to just jump across, send Neva down. Don't worry about him respawning, killing him. It doesn't matter. Just need the block at the top. And then we can jump across and get the flower. So now the next thing we're getting is the bird, which is all the way off back at the start. So there's nothing else to get down here. Little platform there to jump on, and weirdly I didn't notice that the first time I came through here. So where am I supposed to go? I didn't see it. Really obvious as well. So we're back at the start. We've looped all the way around. We're going back up. And then we're going to head off. So as soon as you can, call her back and ride away. Speed this up. So here we have a bit of a friend. They're going to come in handy. So there's a little thing here with Neva is kind of soothing the other wolf, which is a nice little touch. Learning. Done all these. Don't worry about these. We've been past them. Those already. And that one. Done that one. So we should be getting back to the middle bit here. Yep, so we've got that one orb. Now we're going to the right, and the bird is going to be as soon as you get there. So this is the one where you need to send Neva up. No, up. There you go. Send her up. And that's going to hit the bird, and that one counts now. And then we're moving off. For a new area, new sort of mechanic as well. It's probably the best looking and the best part of the game. So yeah, this is supposed to happen, obviously. There's somebody up there on the rock on the top. Yeah, not historically not had very good luck with the big ones, has she? The grey one certainly has. I think the grey one is the one from the beginning, is it not? I forgot now. Even though I've played this game twice, I can't remember if it was grey or not. Once you're free, we'll carry on. But they've grown this time. Flower. Real obvious one. I'm sure you can figure out what you need to do here. It's just dropping down. So this is where you especially would use that drop down, dash, jump afterwards there to get the height at the end of the jump. Again, another obvious bit here that we need to just backtrack for another flower. And yes, there's going to be a fight up here. And yes, it's blockheads. So that whole, I think the whole block actually comes down. Not in one. Hit on the last one, that's no good. Get the last one, and then we can drop down and get the flower and get the hell out of here. Get to this bit, I've been looking forward to it again. There we go, flower 21. Just a few more things to get now. One more bird, And a few more flowers across the next 3. So we are coming to, obviously it's coming towards the end, nearly half an hour of this. Oh, beautiful. First time I ran across that, it just, yeah. And I said I wasn't going to talk over it. I was talking over it because I was got into a bit of a rhythm and things there. Yeah, we're going to need to jump off here. So this obviously stops you from riding. But we're going to carry on that mirror effect to pretty good effect, honestly, with regards to combat. But that there, that in the black. Perfect. So yeah, when we come out the other side, we will be fighting invisible enemies, I guess. Or semi-invisible. Obviously you can see them, but only underneath you, so you know where they are. But I think it's an extremely cool effect. Obviously we'll have the little howl there at the end to signify the end. And a bit more growth. So this section is also probably going to test your platforming the most as well. It's not difficult, it really isn't. It's just, it's different, let's say. So yeah, the blocks are there. Again, look at the bottom. You want to dash to the taller ones, to the tallest one, and then we can move on. That is obviously a simple one. But if you're not a fan of flipped controls, then I'm sorry to say, but that is coming up. You're not under stress or anything like that. Now we're doing the vertical flip. More enemies. So yeah, everything is different because you'll be looking at the screen on the right hand side, or the right hand side of the screen, because that's where the enemies are, but you're controlling the one on the left. So the controls are slightly flipped. It does mess with your head a bit. It's alright once you get used to it though. And there's our dot. Now we need to just get out. Getting out is probably the most difficult part of this one. But there is a flower before we leave, so you've got to try and dash to the invisible. So use the screen on the right hand side again, and then again you've got to look. So you're trying to dash to the one in the middle, jump to the one there. It's the opposite way, and then off and across we go. There we go, flower number 22. One more bird to get. So you don't need to go back this way, you can smash through the floor, and that's going to let us carry on. So jumping across, keep an eye on the top while jumping on the bottom. And the last bird is here as well. It's not very... Whoa, no, missed it. There we go. Yeah, you're not going to make it. You need to dash through. And again. And then you can't just quite make it out, but you can see where I'm jumping to now. That's where the bird is. It's down on that low block. So make sure you grab that. You'll see it's just I had the thing in the top corner was blocking it. But that's your last one. You should get the trophy there as well. Nothing else to worry about trophy wise here. Just some more flowers now. So So it should be okay now. It's when we start to go vertically again with the jumps. So you got to look to the bottom and then to the top and then back across, and then it's going to pull down, and we're getting there. We're nearly there. We've just got this vertical climb to do, which is probably the most confusing, because there is a switch of the controls halfway up. So you should be fine. You should get into it here. You can see I stumble a bit as well. So we've got to make it to that one over there. So you're looking on the opposite side of the screen now. Yeah, and it just for a moment it's just completely gone out of my head. It's gone. I've lost it. Right, and we're back. Onto that one, and then jumping all the way over here, onto the wall, and then we can leave. And we can get out the hell out of winter part 2. Move on to winter part 2, should I say. So it's a long ride all the way back, but then you get this really cool visual here. Riding back across with your companion now. Doesn't get much better than that. So going all the way back, obviously, to the middle point, we're going to meet Grey Wolf there again. I've not quite decided what they are. Are they wolves? They have antlers. Why do they have antlers? But then they kind of look like horses as well. I don't know. It's weird. Deer, almost, I guess. Get there in a minute. There we go. That's where we got the bird. So here we go. Oh god, things aren't going well here. So now we're protecting the grey one. We're at full power with Neva here. Come on, chase him down. And off we go. Need to use square on that block, and then we're going to go up vertically again to finish it off. Obviously we're not going to finish the chapter just yet because we're not getting the trophy next. There is another flower yet. We do have I guess a little bit more platforming. There's these weird new enemy types. Like I said, Winter 2 and Spring are really, really quick. Like the beginning of the game was quite quick. There, these ones. So if you hit them, jump and hit, they throw you up in the air. So think of them as like a bounce pad. I'm not sure you can take damage from them. You kind of just clip through them. Here's probably the hardest jump in the game, and it's to get the flower. You got to jump, get it right, jump in, hit in, and then dash in, and then jump in again. It's going to take you a while. Oh, it might not. You might be much better at this than I am. But yeah, if it takes you a few times, don't worry. Just try and start from the highest point. You really need to maximize your jumps to get up there. You won't, if you'd fall short quite easily. But yeah, that's the last flower. We're going to be just a trophy left for leaving the chapter. I'm bouncing all the way up there. Yeah, that was a complete fail, wasn't it? I'm going to have a word myself after that one. So yeah, just hitting, dashing, simple stuff. Well, apparently not. Oh my god. Try again. It does make you feel pretty sort of free, being able to jump around and dash and link all these things together. You need to use these enemies on the right here for this one in particular. You need to wait until it gets close and then jump across. You're not going to make it with a regular jump. No, failed again. Look at the state of that. On my first... Oh, I thought I was going to do it again. On my first run, do it perfectly went up here. Not a problem. I guess it's just the pressure of recording. No, God, I've got to do all these together now. No, he's failed. Oh, what an idiot. I thought I didn't think I did, but I guess I did. We made it, finally. Winter definitely seems to be the longest. This is the... Seems like I've been on this one for a long time. And we've got we're not quite there yet. This isn't the final fight just yet. We're in another chase sequence, but riding Neva this time. So there is that fail state, can happen. Don't worry though, just start the back of the back at the start of the chase. You just need to jump here as those come through those horrific looking face things. Smash through these as you go. So that's the only other time you would use combat on Neva. It told us at the beginning of this part, use square. It's the only other time you'll do it. Dashing through, don't jump too early. Ultimately you don't need to jump at all, you can just let them come through if you want. But let's pretend like this is giving us a bit of a challenge. So this bit here, I remember when I first did it, as you do that jump, if you do it a bit too late you're going to not have the second jump and you might drop down. So give yourself plenty of time to jump across. Nearly there. There we go. It's pulling back now, or pulling in, should I say. Awesome. Visually, this game is just on another level. Bringing down the Colossus again. We are pretty much done with winter. So I'm just going to skip. There is a bit of a cutscene going on there. I'm going to move past that. And then it's going to fade to black. And we're going to get the trophy flowering. And we're going to move into winter part 2. As you see, we've only got 20 minutes left. That's going to cover both winter and spring. Not much left. First thing we're going to do is get a trophy, longing. So keep calling for Neva. You'll hear it really quietly. Obviously she's gone. So just keep doing it until you get that trophy pop up. And then we're going to ascend for once rather than going down. But yeah, most of it, I think there's one flower in spring. Everything else is in here. But again, there's no chapter specific. This is just pretty straightforward stuff. Again, visually, just take it in at this point. Unbelievable. So yeah, remember you can roll if you want to speed these things up. I wonder if who's playing this on 2 times as well. Do I sound that funny playing on 2 times? Speed, that is. Or if you just completely turn the audio down, in which case you won't hear me saying this at all. Yep, so hit that, and then we're going to dash across onto the top. I'm going across for a flower. Nice, easy one. Jumping over the teacups. They aren't going to attack you, but... Oh no, wait, these ones do. There are some of them that you can just sort of run past. No, this is a bit of a fight, isn't it? So you're going to have to wait for these. Obviously you can't. Neva's not here anymore. Can't throw her up. Another puzzle. Use the term puzzle quite loosely here. And then it's when we get to the building. Is that coming up now? Yes, we've got to climb up here, and I think then that's the building. And that's where the next flower's going to be. Yeah, here it is. So you just need to mess around. It's simple enough. It looks like you're going to get messed around and confused. Just hit the one on the left. Hit the one on the right. That's going to take you up. You're going to drop back down, hit the other one on the right to take you back down again, and that's going to reveal the flower. And then we're going to go back up. I'm not even pausing for the flowers at this point. I'm just trying to get through. Wireless battery running out. That, I think I've only had that happen once on a game. Once before. It's something I hate it when it comes up. So I try to always have a fresh battery on the controller. I just completely forgot this time. I'm out of practice, I guess. It's been a year or so since I've been doing these things. So there is a flower in this bit as well. You need to drop down, dash, drop down, dash. So essentially going onto the left hand side to carry on. I tried to see if it would work. It's close, but not quite. Yeah, we need to get up there. We need to spin this back around. And we do that by hitting this one. So we've got to do a bit of a floaty attack and then jump back up. And now we've got enough of a run up to jump across. There we go, carrying on. Just 2 more flowers in this one. And that's it, we just need to finish. The rest of the stuff is in spring, which is an epilogue. These are the ones that don't necessarily come after you, but you're going to hit them anyway, aren't you? Let's face it. Big ones shouldn't pose any problem. Nothing should pose any problem, I guess. We're on easy mode. So this is where the next, the next flower is going to come in. This moves up and down here, yeah. So the next flower's at the top of this. So don't move off before getting it, because you could potentially do that. It's where the, so it's on this statue. So we need to bring this back down again to get on those stairs on the top, which you don't do by going down. You hit and then jump up, and you've got your flower here. Grab that on the top, and then we'll move on. And we've got to use the stair guy to get our last flower in this one, but that's not just yet. Good timing. And again. It's pretty satisfying combat in this when you get used to it. Not that it's difficult, it's just the way you can sort of throw the enemies off. Right, here's the stair guy. This is where the last flower is going to be. So you need to get his attention. He's a strong one. And then he's going to run off this. He's going to change directions. And he's going to follow you this way. Now he's going to start backing away. And we want him to close in again. So it knocks it back down again. And changes the orientation of the stairs. Because we want to go up here to get the flower, the last flower of winter. And then we just need to finish this chapter and move on to spring and get this done and out of the way. I feel like it feels like it's taken me a long time to do this guide, even though the game is like 2 hours, just over 2.5 hours long, I guess. Yeah, I got the other one done pretty quickly, but a lot of other stuff's been going on recently. So a bit of a gauntlet here, nothing you can't handle though. Just keep an eye out above for what's coming your way. Jump across to the opposite side as you need to, or just kind of jump to the middle and back to the same side if you want to. Simple stuff. We'll climb up a bunch of corpses now. They're like ants, especially this bit where we climb up to the top of here and they're dangling down. Like ants. I guess that's what they were going for with the imagery. Chucking a few excitement rolls in there to get, because we're nearly there, we're nearly done. Yeah, this bit at the top, it's like the when you see one of those ants chained down to reach. So there are some flowers on the side. You just kind of make them out. Oh, didn't go well for him. He's been kicked out, obviously. He's the only one. Oh no, there's another one. And another. Oh no, it's coming thick and fast now. So at the top here, she's discarding as she eats. And this is going to be our final boss. There is a bit of, not parrying, but blocking on her part, I guess. You just need to just push through with damage. Obviously we can't die, so don't worry about it. But there is the big swipes and slams and things like that. Just get behind her and hit her. If you try and hit her from the front, if she's ready, she'll start trying to block you. Like that. Try and parry you. It doesn't really do anything though. This is not the fight over yet. There is more.
Neva.
So now we have the power of the dog to help us. I am going to skip the cutscene at the end of this fight and we're going to move straight into Spring. But yeah, you got the power of the dog now as well. Keep going at her, and very quickly you'll take her down. Cutscene, skipping it, and you'll get the trophy. You don't skip it, you watch it, it's really good. As is the last one as well. And you'll get the trophy Pollination, and we'll move into Spring and get this thing finished off. This is just an epilogue. No enemies, just tidying up, last flower, last miscellaneous trophy, and then finishing the game. So we're going to wake up. And we're going to head left for the last flower. So I didn't see it at first, but there's the little one there. I can't even remember what the name of this little one is. I couldn't quite make out what she was saying. So if somebody knows, I'm sure they'll put it down there. But yeah, we have a new one. I didn't even see it. I was getting up expecting the big white one to come with us, but we got the little grey one instead. Then we're going through the cycle again, I guess. with the little one now. So yeah, it's going to go and... come on, we've not got time for all. We've got to do all this. Remember this from the beginning. Got to wait for the little one. No discipline yet. So here's our last flower. Grab that and you will get the blossoming trophy, hopefully. If you didn't, you can see in chapter select which flowers you've got missing. So go back and find them. But you should be done. Now we're just going to head back. It's going to see Bambi for the first time. This is where the things as well. Imagine this was real, you know, real wolves and real deer. They would be tearing that thing apart and eating it, not making friends with it. Come on, wake up. We've got stuff to do. We've got a game to finish. It will follow you. Just keep running. This is actually the start of the game as well. It just looks different. Yeah, even Neva's had enough at this point. So you might remember this. This is from the beginning where I struggle to jump across. But you don't need to help this time. I guess it might be. I'm pretty sure it's the same as from the beginning. Anyway, here is our trophy memories. So drop down here and go to this tree, and it's an Easter egg from their previous game. It's going to whistle the theme tune, or kind of sing the theme tune from Gris. If you've not played that, go and play that. I don't have a guide for that, but go and play it anyway. And just stand there for a moment, take it in, and you'll get the trophy memories. And now we just have the trophy seed and the platinum to get Caretaker, which is for finishing the game. So we've got to wait for the grey one to come down. Bit of running across a field, and then we are done. So yeah, watch these cutscenes as well. Don't skip them. If you're one of those people who just skips through cutscenes, you know, not bothered, not bothered, not bothered. Yeah, let this one roll out. Let it play. So this isn't quite the cutscene yet. There's going to be a little bit more. I've left it in. But if it doesn't get you, there's something wrong with you, honestly. So once the bird falls down, the new one is going to run across. Obviously, we're still in control here at this point, but once the next cutscene kicks in, that is the end of the game. And I'm going to skip it, but yeah, watch it. And you'll get the trophy seed, and the platinum will be yours, called Caretaker. And that is it. That's the end of Neva. If you've got it on, you can go and do it again now. It's PS4 and PS5 if you want to. It's nice and quick. You know what you're doing. And that's it. I've skipped the cutscene. You should get both trophies pop, and then you will be done. That's another one in the bag. Right. I'm going on holiday now, so I'll see you in a while, in a few weeks. But thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.